Interesting. Get up. Eggs and bacon. Today the command woke us up and called us for an off-schedule rally. For most of the astrogator's speech, I did my best not to lose attention. I took note of the change of plans, that is, landing on some Revis or Resis. Anyway, what do I have to say? I'll be home later than sooner, and that's it. Well, but then, when the command explained something else, my stomach twisted and I started thinking only about breakfast. Eggs with bacon. Not a kingdom, but an entire star constellation for bacon and eggs. Remember, Regis 3, bloated like a helium balloon, the chamber serviceman, whose name I have deliberately forgotten, instructed me between the lines that we were to land on a planet called Regis, precisely Regis 3. 4 days before landing, I wanted to take the guys from the control room against the grain, and I brought up the subject of our landing on the Regis. On this Regis. I asked for their opinion, and that's it. I took the rap. I got caught up in the stream of grudges they have against the mechanics, as if we were responsible for every flight fault in the history of the Condor flights. 3 days before landing. According to the probe data, Regis is mostly wasteland, so I'm not surprised that we have so many volunteers willing to repair this screwed-up drive. First of all, any job is better than staring at a blind spot. Secondly, when you do something, you at least have the impression of impacting anything.
I found his journal.
Anything of importance in there?
Let's find out.
2 days before landing. Yeah, no surprise, I didn't get into the noble group of repairers. I don't want to cite the arguments of the command. I know my qualifications, but I'll be doing what I can on Regis 3, which is counting the goddamned grains of sand. 1, 2, a million, blah blah. 2 days before landing. As soon as I return, I report readiness to change the unit, maybe for something smaller. Never mind, it's already decided. 1 day before landing. They checked that Regis 3. There couldn't be a worse place to stop. There's nothing here, literally. You could drink yourself to death out of boredom. Our people were a little taken aback, or even surprised, and now sitting and talking. 8. Landing day. Here we are. The command sent a signal to headquarters like landing on Regis 3 completed, a type of sub-Delta 92 desert planet. We are making landfall on the second equatorial procedure. I hope we won't be here for too long. First day on Regis 3. Scientists say that the composition of the atmosphere here allows you to breathe quite easily without a helmet, but just not for too long, an hour, maximum a few. So exactly how many? If I had performed estimations in my tasks this way, we would have fallen to pieces a long time ago. Third day on Regis 3. This repair has been taking them long, so the scientists started drilling into the ground to examine this and that. After all, no one will forbid us, and a man is able to do a lot for a sense of agency, right? 5th day on Regis. I overheard 2 of our guys talking about resources today. One calmed down the other, the one who always spreads panic in the crew. I drew a conclusion for myself from this, and it's quite positive. With our water and food supplies, we certainly won't starve to death out here. That means I'm pretty sure I'll be able to leave Regis 3 before we've used up less than half of the pantry. I like how everyone seems to be a little bit of a doodler. 12. Another day on Regis 3. Once there was life, but not anymore. They drilled successfully. They found some remains, probably reptiles whose bones, what a twist of fate, raise many questions for our crew. And apparently there are also strong radiation spots here. Scientists don't know why, so things got tense. Another day on Regis 3. Why did life die on Regis? The theses and hypotheses guys usually don't tell us, the mechanical Gus, much. But we also usually ask little in the name of the principle, not our business. Today, however, we all, as one man, are waiting for the convoy sent in the morning to return with answers. We are waiting. So far, we've got nothing. Our biologist also went into this convoy. a very factual and kind man. We call each other by name. His dog is named Pegasus, and this man approaches everything, literally everything, with such, I don't know how to say it, sympathy? Empathy? Silence on Regis 3. Shit. Bloody hell. Nothing. Silence. That is almost silence. During the night, only one stupid Arctan made a noise and got us on our feet. I thought I'd give him a kickback. It occurred to me, however, that it would be as stupid as flying with a whip into a downpour, or some other mindless force that has taken its toll on us. 13th day on Regis 3. Silence. 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 Or maybe they're not telling me something. I have to change this unit when I return, and that's it. One letter, one stamp, and they can bite me. 14th day at Regis 3. What am I even doing here? Why did I come to this damn planet? Right, because it's my job to follow orders, have no doubts, and make sure that a delarval nozzle, for example, doesn't come loose or we'll all die miserably. Wow, this is long. 16th day on Regis 3. They called back. The commander's already telling everyone, including me, very openly and directly that something is not quite right with this place, and it needs to be examined. Right on time, goddammit, right on time. They're transferring the team that went to the water to a new place. I'm starting another round tomorrow. They take a lot of heavy equipment, and suddenly they realized they needed a decent mechanic. 16th day on Regis 3, afternoon. An order is an order. They said you have to fly, but I also want to. I want to. 18th day on Regis 3. The saucer fell to the ground yesterday. I'm injured, it seems, quite badly. My fucking hardware is failing and I have no way to send an SOS. I'm damn hot. I'm writing this to... Day on Regis someday. Who am I writing this for, anyway? Memory problems. 3rd day after the accident. They're looking for me. My people are looking for me. I'm part of the crew, and the crew doesn't leave anyone behind, not a single member. It won't be easy for them because of the current state of communication, or rather with the constant lack of it, so it will be like looking for a grain of steel in oceans of screeching, but they promised they would look for me. 4th day after the accident. I can't sit around and wait for death to find me first. I have to move from here. I met a friend. I mean, he met me. He will help me. I don't know if I'll survive in the end, but at least I'll try. I lie down and exhausted and talk to the robot. No, I mean I'm resting and talking to a friend. Self-motivation, as they taught us in training. Wow, this is really long. Another day on Regis 3. My friend and I are making significant progress on Regis, although we are moving very slowly due to my broken bone. But for example, today we found the best use of abandoned military machinery you can possibly imagine. An antimat turned out to be an excellent shelter from the night downpour. Huh. And another day on Regis 3. Man adapts to new conditions so surprisingly quickly. Now that I look at myself, I think that's our greatest evolutionary advantage. Scientists would probably applaud me. Pain, suffering, difficulties, handicaps, wars, cataclysms, or the spectre of death on our shoulders. At first, it scares us, breaks us down, and before we know it, it becomes our bread and butter. 27. Regis 3. I will die here. Not that I'm giving up or losing hope. I am realistic about the situation. I don't blame it. I don't blame this place. Nobody invited us here. A few days ago, I thought I saw signs of an irrational struggle. Explosions in the distance, which is a very clear sign that our people are here. We have entered the eye of the cyclone, and now we are shooting at it with a cannon. Imagine if I was given another life, another chance, or a little more time. I'd be fixing, not rockets or weapons. I would fix my own and others' mistakes with my tin friend. Maybe these worlds would work a little better. Then I'd be a really good mechanic. Hypotheses, opinions, and questions. So much for the people I knew. The remains of conclusions, some nervous sketches, lie, like them, scattered on the sand. I have no strength to collect them today. Once bloated as a helium balloon, the chamber serviceman whose name I have deliberately forgotten now lies a few meters away from me. He got smaller, shrunk, darkened. I'm staring at the small, shriveled body, trying to see my companion, and I'm honestly trying to remember his name, but I simply can't. My friend and I found more bodies today. I looked through the inventory of people I knew with great distaste. Turns out you can get used to it after all. My headache and nausea didn't let me sleep today. My friend arranged the science guy's notes. Still, if anyone is ever going to find us, I'd like to be more than bones and chewed up soap. Someone survived. Among the sick and the bodies that my friend and I found, there is no biologist whom I called by his first name. I'm glad I imagine that the dog Pegasus is also very happy when his master appears at the door of the house. 35. We are the ones to blame, no one else. 36. Hot meal day, the first in weeks. Eggs and bacon were waiting for me in the storm-damaged shack. Fried eggs and bacon. I can die. I don't want to, even though I'm already very tired, but I can. Contact. There is hope. We made contact. One of our crew members, a mechanic guy, is alive. He is safe and sound, ready to get us out of here. If I understand correctly, he built or found some kind of shelter. I don't know if my friend will be able to transfer me. He needs minor repairs himself. All these days made their presence known, and they gave him a rusty time. I'll take care of him as soon as we're safe. We'll try.
Oh. And some personal notes. Nothing useful to us.
Oh. Buddy. No. Oh dear. Huh. Oh goodness. Oh buddy. See. But I did see an antimat out there. Barely. Which is where they must have sheltered. I don't think there's anything we can do for him. Oh, Mr. Grender, I'm sorry. But, you've already technically buried yourself, and you are but a skeleton at this point, so... I don't know if there's anything we can do for the robot. Or the Arctan. As, apparently the Alliance calls them. Unfortunate, but it is what it is. That's life. They mentioned a saucer, which I'm intrigued by. Idea of, anyway. Well, let's get going. Ooh. Hello. Hey, hello.
I found a flying saucer. It landed near the excavation site.
Don't risk trying to fly it, Yasna. Nothing guarantees it works.
I didn't even... Contrary to what you believe, sir, I don't have a death wish.
Holy moly. I kind of want to try flying it, though. It looks kind of neat. Huh. Interesting. This is human technology, the saucer. At least visually speaking, it looks like it's human technology. I guess it landed up there and then dropped. If it has VTOL capacity at the very least. If it was flying it, was interesting. More of the metal structures.
Well, I've got to the place where they were digging. It's hard to miss. They set up a huge machine at the center. It must weigh thousands of tons. The ship that brought all of this must be...
Gigantic, yes. The Invincible surpasses any of our units, even the largest orbital stations. In my opinion, it's a bit excessive.
Isn't that jealousy speaking, sir?
Not at all. Good one.
Interesting. They found a sizable object deep underground. Stands out from the rest. It's not a part of the structures, but rather an independent, autonomous machine.
Also metal?
Yes.
So, a robot? Or something else that finally looks familiar?
Well, it looks a lot more like a robot than the other structures.
Interesting. I'm gonna get out and take a look around properly. I will say, the atmosphere of this this place.
The excavator has a massive work area. They had photos of the site in the database, taken before they started digging. It's unrecognizable. Inside, there's a structure. Yes, a metal one. Similar to the ones on the surface. But these are completely hidden underground.
That looks like... or what it looks like, to be quite honest. The excavator is massive. I don't think we're going to be able to climb that. Considering we have not been given access to ladders. Oh. Too close to focus on. Reef. This is huge. I mean, you only need something this massive if you're actively planning to grab something like this. But dig site A is over there. 1 minute. Wrong side. Curious. Since up there is the route that the convoy would have taken, it's over this way. God, these tracks are massive.
How far to that convoy?
Oh, not far. Even if I make a few stops, it won't take long.
Was there a... Did I have a route down just there? No, it's giving me... Oh. Okay. We can't drop down on this one. It's interesting to take a look nonetheless. The weird thing is, most of the machinery is relatively pristine, other than a slight layer of dust. I don't see... I don't see what could have caused all the people to age dramatically over the matter of days, considering the fact that the skeleton in the desert was a skeleton.
2 modules were placed nearby. The first one looks residential.
The computer's playing Pong. Oh my god. Hold on, I want to play a little bit more Pong. I've never played Pong before, technically speaking. I've never played the original. Wee. Oh, hello. That suddenly got a lot faster. Holy moly. Ah! Oh, damn. Huh. Interesting. I didn't realize that Pong was a thing. Maybe there's an achievement for getting past, like, 20 or something,
The
but...
second one is a mobile laboratory.
Ah. It's the excavator. That's the hole. That's a very deep hole. That looks like it's moving. Okay. Interesting. I'm not sure if I should be worried about that. It looks like the tendrils were moving on that robo thing. But I am uncertain, and as such, I shall leave it be for the moment.
There's also a couple of smaller cranes here. In comparison to the Colossus, they look like it's pups.
Yes, I got it. They are big machines. Bigger than ours.
It looks industrial levels of excavation at the very least. I don't like the background noise. There's been this pulsing sound for a while now, which worries me ever since we got into this area. Background audio is worrying. I think the rover is having a bit of a trouble with the inclination. The incline, rather, not the inclination.
Astrogator, I've already covered most of the convoy route. I'm entering a more enclosed area. A ravine, to be precise.
I see. Can I count on a tactical report?
Of course. A simple analysis of the situation won't hurt anyone.
Ooh.
That's for sure.
Okay. hop out and climb to the observation point, I suppose. Oh, okay. There we go. Huh. So we're here.
The road ahead leads straight to where the convoy was heading.
Well then, what are you waiting for? Any doubts?
No, I don't. I still think we have to go there. If they're not in the base, they must be somewhere, damn it.
So, what's on your mind?
I can just drive in there, straight to the convoy. Or try and take a side path to remain unnoticed until the very last moment.
Bold assumption. Could be an unnecessary detour. I leave that to your judgment, though. It's your call, Yasna.
All right. I'll try to get there via the side path.
Not necessarily certain that's a good idea, but I do always like taking alternate routes. That's just me, though. I like never going the direct route. Oh. Gonna have to turn and head up. Oh, wait, I'm not allowed to drive there. Okay. That is a walking path, apparently. Well, we can always come back. Yeah, we can always come back. I mean, I'm not entirely sure that I'm meant to be taking the rover all this way, but it is making things a little faster. Okay. Right, let's see what we've got to deal with.